Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I'm just pulling this up live so I can catch the comments. When you jump on, say hello, let me know if you're watching live or the replay. I've got a good one for you today. So today I'm by myself. So say hi when you're here, interact with me. I will love to. I have some really exciting things to share with you today. And last week, I apologize. Terry and we did a video on a deeper dive into supplementation. However, Facebook is holding it hostage. So we cannot share it with you at this time. But I thought I would do an even deeper dive today because it's a really fun topic for me. And so I'm hoping that this education helps you to really educate yourself on what you're putting in your body because every single ingredient we put in our body matters. Hey, Betty, thanks for joining me live. Live from Wisconsin. Amazing. Thank you for being here. You are such a loyal listener. And okay, so I couldn't Terry is usually, my friend Terry's usually here with me. She is traveling and with her mom this week. So you're probably watching her adventure. She's having a great time. So I'm going to come on live today, and later this week, I'm going to have another guest speaker come on. But today I'm diving into supplements, what you need to know about supplements and I'm taking an even deeper dive than I did last week because it's really important information because a lot of people don't know this. And so they're looking, you're shopping and you might not know how to read the ingredients. You might not know how to decipher what it says. And so what are you going to look at? You're going to look at the price. Okay. So here's the deal though, right? Like I took a bunch of notes because I want to get through all of this today, but the number one thing that I think is important, because a lot of people focus on weight being a sign of health. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to take the focus off of weight loss and focus on health. Because the reality is when we focus on our health, if we are holding on to excess weight, it will come off on its own. And it's far less stressful to just like focus on how we're feeling versus focusing on that scale. How are our clothes fitting? How is our body feeling? How is our energy levels? How are if are we having symptoms of the body kind of calm down a little bit? This matters so much more. So we're going to just talk about health because I really like to focus on health and what makes us healthy, because I know that focusing on your health is going to get you a lot further. Because what good is it to lose a bunch of weight if it's at the expense of our health? Because that's the epidemic we're looking at right now. I'm going to call it an epidemic. I don't even know if I'm using the right word, but I'm going to call it an epidemic because what we're facing right now is a whole bunch of weight loss options that are causing severe health complications. And what good is being all skinny if you don't have your health? It's really like I'd rather have more weight on my body because you can still be healthy at least. But like to lose weight at the expense of your health, I want you to just think about that because that is what we're talking about, because there's a lot of things out there. And so I'm going to talk about supplements, and I'm going to just start by talking a little bit. I'm going to move backwards on my notes here, but I'm going to talk about some pet peeves of the health industry because it's for good. How do I want to say this? There's good reason why they want to make it confusing. They want to make it confusing so that you just don't know what you're doing, right? Because then they can tell anything to you. They can tell anything to you, all of that. And I like to get down to the reality. One of the reasons why I dove into health and nutrition was in the first place is because there was so much conflicting information online when I was doing my own research that I was like, I need to know the truth. I need to know how it's working inside the body. I want to know the chemistry. I want to know the biophysical reasons why things are happening a certain way. And that's what made me dive in. So pet peeves of the health industry, first of all, is when I go look at your website, if I have to dig really hard to find the ingredients, you're hiding something. That's a pet peeve of mine. I like to be able to find the ingredients fast. Tell me if you are an ingredient reader. And if you find that as annoying as I do, because there are some websites that I'm like, I can't see, if I can't find the ingredients really fast, like I'm out. Like, obviously, you're hiding something. So I like to have transparency of ingredient formulations. I've been on websites that people have sent me that they go on and on and on about all the health benefits that this product supposedly gives without, hey, Christine, without any sort of like ingredient list. So, like, I'm just supposed to trust what you're saying? No, I don't. I don't. There's too many companies out there doing crappy things for me to just blindly trust that what you're saying is the truth. So, make sure that you are shopping where you can find the ingredient list easy, because I'm going to give you some heads up of what to watch out for. So there's tons of products out there, but here's the deal. There are like, you're going to call yourself a health company, but then literally sell ingredients in your formulations that cause health problems. Like, it makes no sense. And so I want to bring clarity to you for you today on that. So here is some tips for you. And don't worry, you can rewatch this, rewind, and take notes. And if you find the information I share helpful, please click that share button or tag the person down below. Let them have this information too. So, oh, hey, Michelle, joining me from all the way on the other side of the country. Say hi as you're popping on. Okay, so here's a list. Here's a list of things to kind of watch out for when you're buying supplements or reading supplements or trying to learn about. Oh, you're in Arizona right now. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to be in Arizona in a few weeks. I'm very excited about that, to leave this cold weather behind. Although it might not be that cold when I leave, but that's okay. Okay, so pet peeves is what I'm talking about. And what we want to avoid when we are reading the label, here it is. When you're reading the names of vitamins on a package, whether it's a health supplement or like a protein powder, anything in that kind of arena, if the vitamins end in acid, ide, or start with DL, they're synthetic. Okay, that's first of all. We're going to talk about synthetic versus whole food here a lot today. Another thing to watch out for is an additive called stearic acid. Stearic acid actually causes gastrointestinal irritation. So, is that going to support our health or not? I'll let you answer that. Another thing that's very common to find in health products is maltodextrin. Maltodextrin promotes intestinal inflammation. Okay, here's a list of other names that maltodextrin might be listed under. Corn syrup solids, modified cornstarch, modified rice starch, modified tapioca starch, modified wheat starch. Basically, what this does, maltodextrin will alter the gut bacteria and can lead to gut health problems, okay? That's one of the things that it does. It also promotes intestinal inflammation. Inflammation of any kind is not going to benefit your health. Okay, another ingredient to watch out for is called magnesium stearate. What this does is it actually irritates the mucosal lining of your bowels, okay? It's used as an emulsifier, a binder, a thickener, or a lubricant. So it has nothing to do with your health. So this magnesium stearate is used simply for manufacturing processes so they can mass produce it at a lesser cost. Okay, so it is about money. When you see magnesium stearate in a supplement, it is to increase profit margin. It has no health benefits at all. In fact, it can cause problems with your health because it irritates the mucosal lining of your bowels. So not good. And then like added sugars in food dyes, like Google what those things do. Carrageenan, like Google what those things do. Like they're just unnecessary additives that go in the product that are like, it is counterproductive for what we're trying to do. When we're taking a health product, we want to know that it's actually going to improve our health, not cause more problems, right? Okay, so we're going to take a deep dive into looking at minerals, vitamins, and vitamins. I have one more thing. Different minerals, but oh no, that's just I'm just going to break down the minerals and the vitamins. So first of all, why do we need to supplement? Because our food is not as healthy as it is. Plus, we're inundated with toxins everywhere we go. And all these nutrients are essential. What that means is our body can't make it. We have to consume it. If we're not getting it from our food, then we need to get it through supplementation. And I know that some of the food they're creating is fortified, right? Because they just like sucked all the nutrients out of it. So now it's fortified, but it's fortified with synthetic vitamins. And we're going to dive into what is the problem with synthetic vitamins. So, but I want to talk about minerals first. Oh, I have a fun stat. I always love sharing numbers. So fun stat here. 2 billion people. I don't know if this is in the world or in North America, but I was reading this. 2 billion people have one or more micronutrient deficiencies that they know of. I think it's higher, to be quite honest. And it's expected to be 9.8 by 2030. Okay. So basically, what is happening sometimes for a lot of people is they feel hungry between meals, in which can totally be metabolic health where like blood sugars are imbalanced, but there's another hidden hunger that's happening in people. And it's I used to refer to this as if you take your kids and you feed them a really healthy, like balanced meal at home versus taking them to a fast food chain restaurant, you name it. I don't care which one. They're all the same, in my opinion. So take them to a fast food chain, get them a burger and some fries, and they're hungry an hour later. Why are they hungry an hour later? Not because they are deficient in calories, but they are deficient in nutrients. So this hidden hunger I'm talking about is being deficient, is eating food that lacks nutrients. So our body sees these calories and is expecting all these nutrients, but the nutrients don't follow the calories, and then the body goes, I need more. So that's the hidden hunger I'm talking about. Okay, so let's talk about minerals. Minerals need to be chelated in order for our body to actually use it. So I'm going to use the word bioavailable a lot today. Bioavailable just means that the body can actually break it down, digest it, and use it. Because if you can't use it, we'll talk about that. If your body can't use it, what happens? But chelation increases the bioavailability by 2 to 3 times, which means you're going to actually access that in there. So what does the other thing that chelation will help with is it actually helps to overcome the instability of encapsulation. So it helps keep the minerals stable so that the body will be able to use it. Okay, so how do you know if it's chelated? It's going to say it beside, like, if it says a mineral like magnesium or chromium or zinc or whatever it is, it's going to say that it's chelated if it's chelated. So if it doesn't, it is not. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. It either is or it isn't, and this is how you determine if it is. It will say if it's chelated or not. So that's a huge one. Now, I also wanted to just touch on one thing because magnesium, most people are deficient in magnesium because our soil is magnesium deficient. So our plant foods don't have as much magnesium as we would like them to have for our body. Magnesium is also a mineral that's used in a lot of different functions of the body. And because we're needing to do more detoxification naturally every day, we're also burning up the magnesium faster in our body as well. So we need magnesium. And a lot of magnesium supplements on the market are actually magnesium oxide. So this is one of those things that I'm telling you to look out for. So a lot of magnesiums on the market will be more than one type of magnesium, and they will use magnesium oxide because it's cheap. And magnesium oxide is actually like the most poorly absorbed form of magnesium. So if your magnesium supplement has oxide after the magnesium word, just know that you're not really getting the benefit of the magnesium that you're probably looking for, because it's very, very poorly absorbed in the body. Okay, I'm going to move on to vitamins, things you need to know about vitamins. If you have questions, make sure you comment, because I am watching the chat here. Say hello if you're here. I see a few more of you popped on. Say hello. Okay, let's see. B vitamins. So what are B vitamins important for? Because it's another thing that a lot of people are deficient in, B vitamins. So B vitamins are used for energy, eyesight, brain function, digestion. Oh, hi, Erin. Thanks for watching. And nerve function. Those are just some of the things that B vitamins are used for, okay? So the most common symptoms of deficiencies is fatigue, anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, blood clots, and it actually puts you at, sorry, it doesn't, deficiency isn't, blood clots are not a sign of a deficiency, but having a deficiency in B vitamins puts you at higher risk for blood clots and certain cancers. Okay. Oh, hi, Dee. Thanks for coming on. Okay. Yeah, it's different being here all by myself and not having someone else to talk to. So thank you guys for saying hi. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so here's the deal with B vitamins. A lot of people are deficient in B vitamins because there's this, you maybe have heard of this before, but there is a genetic mutation that affects around 40% of the population. It has a long name, but the abbreviation is MTHFR gene mutation. So 40% of the population has this, and what it causes is it affects the way the body is able to methylate. And we cannot utilize B vitamins if we are not methylating properly. Okay, so 40% of the population has like a gene mutation that interferes with the body's ability to methylate B vitamins. So when you take B vitamins, you can't actually use them. Okay, that's the first thing. The second piece is the body needs enzymes in order to perform this conversion of through methylation. So if you have the gene mutation, that's going to cause problems for your body to absorb B vitamins. B, if you have any sort of deficiencies in these specific enzymes, you're also going to struggle with that methylation process, leaving you deficient in B vitamins. So how do we get over this? So we get over this by having a vitamin that has a methylated form of B vitamins. It's brilliant. So look to see if you have methylated B vitamins. If you don't, guess what? You're probably not seeing results when you take your B vitamins that you were hoping for, because you're probably not able to methylate them and actually utilize them. So it's really important to have methylated B vitamins. Okay. That's B vitamins. They have like their own category. I'm going to talk about all the other, I'm going to break down all the other vitamins here. So we're going to talk about synthetic versus whole food, because 97% of the supplements on the market are synthetic, and what they're fortifying our food with is synthetic. Okay. Why do they use synthetic? Because it's inexpensive. It's cheap. Profit margins. Okay. So why do we not want synthetics? I'm gonna like break all that down, but they're poorly absorbed by the body, so you're not getting the benefit the same way. And the second problem with synthetics is they can actually cause health problems. I'm gonna explain why and how. Okay, so here's a funny thing. So a lot of the, oh, I want to hear what Erin says. The neon yellow pea after you take some B vitamins is a great indicator that none of it, that all of it is unabsorbed. Yes, right? Yes, that is a very good indicator that you are not absorbing your vitamins. So years and years ago, I remember doctors telling me, this is my story. You can tell your own story, but my story, my doctors told me that it's okay. It just, that's just your vitamins. Not like I didn't even realize that it meant I wasn't absorbing the vitamins because I didn't know better. And we do better when we know better. And my doctors didn't clearly understand this concept either. Because they said that that was completely normal for that to happen after taking a vitamin. I'm like, well, maybe we need to look at the quality of our vitamins. So, because now that doesn't happen to me anymore. Okay. It used to happen to me. Now it doesn't happen to me. Okay. So a lot of vitamins on the market are claiming to be whole food. They're not. They're not. They're simply not. And it's very annoying. For me, it's very annoying because I have people that are convinced they are because they were told they are, but they're not. So they're allowed to say, okay, so companies, why are they getting away with this? Well, they're allowed to say natural, that it's like from natural sources, because they're made to be similar with chemicals, but they're not the same. They're not the same. And they shouldn't be allowed. They are chemically made in a lab, made to mimic the natural source, which is not the same. It is similar. Similar and same are not the same thing, right? Okay, so oftentimes what will happen, now here's where it gets the problem comes. So when vitamins are isolated and created this way, they don't contain any phytonutrients. Without phytonutrients, the body cannot utilize it. So what happens with those synthetic vitamins that our body doesn't recognize, that our body doesn't absorb, is it ends up being stored because the body doesn't recognize it and it can't absorb it without those cofactors. Cofactors could be minerals, lipids, proteins, the whole, like our bodies are made to utilize food, right? And food is not just an isolate of one vitamin. It is a whole compound of vitamins that are in the perfect ratio for our body to utilize. And so what happens if our body can't use it because it doesn't have the formulation to use it, it's really hard on our kidneys. So often the body will see it as a toxin, not a nutrient, and it'll try and eliminate it through our pathways. And one of our pathways is through our kidneys. And so it can be a problem there. If it's not going to the kid through the kidneys, what else can happen is it can be stored in the liver instead of being used, which can eventually lead to disease. Because again, if the body can't use it, it stores it. If it doesn't recognize it as a nutrient, it will recognize, like our body will recognize it as the opposite of a nutrient, which is a toxin. So let's take a look at natural. So actual natural whole food vitamins are condensed, concentrated fruits and vegetables. They're bioavailable. They're recognizable by the body and the body can use it. So when we use concentrated condensed forms of fruits and vegetable nutrients, it comes with the enzymes, the minerals, the lipids, the proteins, and all the nutrients for the body to be able to digest and utilize it effectively. So when we supplement with synthetic, it can actually backfire and end up leading to deficiencies. Crazy. So I see why sometimes vitamins, like supplements, can get a bad rep. They can get a bad rep because a lot of them on the market actually can cause more damage than good. So I'm going to break down the vitamins for you and just give you a little bit of information on each one. So vitamin C. Let's start with the big vitamin C. Everybody knows about vitamin C. It's added to so many foods as a natural preservative. It's added to all kinds of things. But when we're talking about vitamin C, the most common one you're going to find in supplements and in food as like the fortification is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is an isolated vitamin made from genetically modified corn sugar. There's no flavonoids, there's no phytonutrients. You are not going to absorb it in the same way. Okay. Vitamin D. Now, this is kind of gross. I'm not sure if you guys know where synthetic vitamin D comes from. Aaron, do you know? Aaron, tell me this. Do you know where synthetic vitamin D comes from? I'm loving my new cup, by the way. It stirs by itself. I'm all out of mojo, though. My mojo's gone. I have to drink my water. Aaron, I'm waiting for you because I want to know if you know where synthetic vitamin D or how it's made. Okay, Aaron doesn't know. Okay, let me tell you because it's kind of gross. Okay, I knew you knew about the vitamin C, but here we go. Synthetic vitamin D. How they make that is scientists irradiate, okay, aka treat with radiation, animal fat to stimulate vitamin D3 synthesis. I think that sounds so gross. First of all, I don't want anything that I put in my body to be irradiated. I know they say it's safe, but radiation is one of those things that accumulates in the body. It's never safe in any amounts because it will accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. So little bits, little safe bits become a very dangerous amount over time. So no amount of radiation, in my opinion, is safe. Where would natural forms of vitamin D come from? Natural forms of vitamin D are going to come from things like algae and mushrooms. Okay. Very important. And I'm just going to throw this in here, very important to have vitamin D that is like when you're taking vitamin D, you're also taking vitamin K. There are different forms of vitamin K also. I know there's always something new to learn, right, Aaron? I love researching stuff and learning little fun facts too. So I didn't actually know that about vitamin D. So I did a little bit of extra research on this one. Some of the stuff I already knew, but some of the stuff I'm giving you today is new things because I like numbers and fun, shocking facts. Vitamin E. Let's talk about vitamin E. Most of them are going to be synthetic alpha tocopherols. Again, this is commonly found in food and in supplements because it can be used as a natural or be called a natural preservative. Even when it's lab derived, it can be called a natural. Okay. Because tocopherols exist in nature, so they think like it's the same, but it's similar, not the same, right? Okay, you get that. So where do synthetic vitamin E's come from? So these synthetic alpha tocopherols are using refined oils. I gotta say a really big word here. Trimethylhydroquinone, I don't know if I said that right, and isophytals. Okay, what's the problem with this is it's not easily absorbed, it breaks down fast, and so the antioxidant effect is very, very minimal. Vitamin E's are used for antioxidant effect. What they do is they really help fortify the cellular structure and help. That's why they're used as a natural preservative, is they will like kind of like encapsulate the cells and make them stronger. However, when you're using those kinds, it's not going to necessarily be the best kinds. And I always want to put the best in my body because I want to have the best health that I could possibly have. So the best forms are going to be from plants. The best, absolutely best, most effective form of vitamin E is going to come from the annatto plant. The annatto plant has been proven to be the compound that comes from that is called tocotrienols, which have been proven to be 50 to 60 times more effective than tocopherols. So when you're looking at your vitamin E in your supplement, if you want to get amazing results, you want to have one that's not synthetic, and you want to be looking for the tocotrienol formula using annatto plant. Okay. All right, my time is almost up here. So here's some takeaways for you if you didn't already catch on. Takeaways is number one, synthetics cannot be used right away, if at all. The if at all is where it becomes dangerous. Synthetics don't contain any trace minerals, enzymes, lipids, proteins, or anything like that that's necessary to digest and use them. And number three, synthetic vitamins can become toxic and build up in the liver and eventually can lead to disease. So if we're trying to get healthy with synthetics, good luck to you. It's not going to work. It's just not going to. It's not the best way to do things. And if you are using products that are synthetic and have these additives I talked about on the beginning of this live, you're definitely not doing your body many favors. And a lot of people come to me and they'll tell me, I tried this, I tried that, it didn't work. I can tell you why. Because they're not all created equally, which is why I have taken this stance and really been strongly promoting the products that we have here at Trinont, because they're not like all of the other things. They don't have all of these additives. They truly are from natural sources, not the synthetic versions. And I think the world needs to know, because there is an opportunity to create amazing health within your body by supplementing with supplements that actually work really, really well. Far more effective than anything else I've seen yet on the market. Not to say there won't be something in the future that's more effective, but this right here, right now is the thing that I'm going to recommend, because, and why I've chosen to partner with them, is because they have the high standard that I like to set for what I will or will not consume in my body. So thank you guys so much for jumping on my live. I appreciate you all for jumping in and checking it out. If you have extra questions or comments or anything, please put it down below, and stay tuned for my special guest. I'm actually moving. I might come on live Thursday, but I'm also going to do an extra live on Friday. So stay tuned to find out who my special guest is on Friday. So, all right, you guys have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.